What's up guys, Bodman Tech here. It's almost 2018 I know, and welcome to my full review of the Samsung S7 Edge. And ever since I got this phone, I've always wanted to use it without having to put a case on it because of how good the design looks and feels in the hand. The back and front is made of glass and they are well curved to the edges to meet the metal release on the side to give it this premium look and feel in the hand. And since it's glass, it easily attracts your fingerprints and is almost the slipperiest phone I've ever used, which is why I just have to get a case for mine. So on the top of the phone you have the SIM card and expandable storage tray. On the bottom you have the headphone jack, the charging port and the speaker grills. Now the speaker sounds decently okay, but it's not that great, and that's because this phone is IP68 certified, so it is fully dust and water resistant. You don't need to bother about water splashing on it, so you can use it in the rain, in the shower, and you don't even need to bother about it dropping into water because it's now internally sealed. So that's, I think it's a good reason as to why the speaker grills doesn't sound that great. And on the back of the phone you have the heart rate sensor, the flashlights and the camera bump, which is too tiny to make a fuss about. But on the front is the home button slash the fingerprint sensor, which I use to unlock the phone every single time. And every time I unlock this phone, there's always this tiny little delay, like a 0.5 seconds delay every time I try to unlock this phone. It's pretty annoying, but you just have to get over it. And once you get past it, it brings us to the next feature, which is the 5.5-inch Quad HD Super AMOLED display. It's really crisp and sharp. Colors are well vibrant and also a bit saturated, but it does get decently bright when you're outdoors. And when you're indoors, there's this feature called blue light filter, which makes it warmer or more saturated, something like the True Tone display you find on iPhones. And I tend to use this a lot because I just like how it makes the phone looks more saturated. And since this is the S7 Edge, you can take advantage of the Edge screen by a feature called Edge panels. So you simply swipe from the left edge or right edge of the screen depending on where you want it to be, and then you can access the apps edge, the people edge, or the task edge. And there are many other edge features you can get from the Samsung store, but I'm basically stuck to these three. So with the apps edge, I can easily switch back and forth between different apps without having to leave the app I'm currently in. So I can leave Twitter and go to Instagram immediately, and leave Instagram and go to YouTube Studio immediately without having to leave where I currently am. And with the People's Edge, I can easily contact my favorite contacts. No pun intended, but that totally makes sense. And with my Task Edge, I can complete tasks like dialing someone's number, composing a mail, a text, or even taking a selfie. And speaking of selfie, let's talk about the camera. So this phone rocks a 12 megapixel shooter with an f4.7 aperture, which means it should be good in low light. And what I can tell you is that the pictures I've taken from this phone are decently okay. They are well detailed, colors are well represented, and during daylight shots you hardly find any noise or grain except you zoom in on the image. And I love how it just processes the image. But during night shots you tend to notice the noise and the grain more because it's a night shot. No smartphone's camera really performs well at night. And from the camera app, if you swipe to the right, you meet the different modes, such as the slow motion mode, the hyperlapse mode, the pro mode, the virtual shot mode, and the selective focus mode, which some of you might know as portrait mode. And I use this a lot because I love how it just performs the portrait picture. Like, it does it really well. It's so good at focusing on the subject and blowing out the background to give you this bokeh effect. Yeah, I'm sure you've heard that from NKBHD. Like, this is really nice, and I was surprised when I found this mode on the S7 Edge, and I was surprised it does it so well. Like, you can literally get a good portrait picture from the S7 Edge, which is really nice. Now the camera app is extremely snappy. Taking pictures from the camera is a breeze, and you can easily launch the camera by just double tapping on the home button, and then you can take a picture. Boom. It's incredibly fast. There's no or slight delay when taking a picture with this phone. And it's not just about the camera app, it's about the phone in general. Taking pictures with this phone, from multitasking to doing anything, is stupid fast. Like, it's incredibly fast. I hardly notice any lagging, and all this is because of the processor it packs. So it's rocking a Snapdragon 820 processor with an Adreno 530 GPU plus 4 gigs of RAM, which makes multitasking between different apps so easy. The RAM management is so good that I hardly notice any lag, and when I multitask between apps, I hardly find any app restarting. It's like just continues from where it stops. Samsung really did a good job with optimizing the software on this phone, and to summarize everything, the battery life of this phone is impressive to me. Coming from my previous smartphones where I need to charge like 3 times a day, I just have to charge this phone once a day, and that's usually at the end of the day. So I usually get about 6 to 7 hours of screen on time during heavy usage. That's to drain it from 100 to 0. It takes me about 6 to 7 hours, but on regular days when I'm using this phone normally, I usually get about a full day of usage without having to charge it until like the end of the day. So that's it for my Samsung S7 Edge review. I can easily recommend this phone to anybody to get right now, and even in 2018 it's still a great phone to have. So if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to hit that thumbs button, and also don't forget to subscribe to see what's coming next. Until then, I'll catch you in my other videos. Thanks for watching. Peace.